everybody. Now, Lauren Bushnell is recalling hitting rock bottom, Rachael Kirkconnell's love-hate relationship with Tyler Cameron, and are Brendan and Pieper becoming YouTube vloggers? We are here to break down the biggest Bachelor Nation news of the week, but before we get into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined by the lovely Blakely McHugh. Blakely, you are new here to share news, so this is your first live. Are you excited to get into the Bachelor tea?
Oh, I'm so excited. I always love talking The Bachelor with you, Zach.
Yes, and we are so happy to have you here. You fit in really well. We all love you, so let's break this down. Now, Lauren Bushnell, the winner of Ben Higgins' season, has recently shared the struggles of a very public Bachelor relationship after getting engaged to Ben Higgins 5 years ago, and they even did a spin-off together, Happily Ever After, with Ben and Lauren. Now, Lauren tells Page 6 that she was in a really low place. She was at a rock bottom place. She says, I needed to get there in order to reflect and figure out who I was and what I wanted. I think I needed to just be alone, refocus on myself, and rebuild who I was without a camera in my face. She continues, I don't necessarily like all eyes on me. There was a lot of criticism involved. The foundation was rocky already, not just the relationship, but my own mental health. She continued, I enjoyed my time on The Bachelor more than I did doing the show or watching it air back. And I mean, it's definitely really rough when you get engaged, not just to anyone, but to Ben Higgins, one of the most popular bachelors ever, and then unfortunately things don't work out. What do you make of all of this? Can you imagine, Bachelor Nation being disappointed that your love didn't work?
Gosh, no. I mean, with Ben being one of the most popular ones too, it's like you want to make it work so bad. I have to imagine that there's so much pressure just from Bachelor Nation. I mean, it's huge. Not only the amount of people that are a part of The Bachelor, but also all of the fans. Everybody is so invested in your relationship and in you as a person individually, and so there's just got to be so much pressure. And then not only that, but to then spin off and do your own show right after that, I kind of feel like even makes it more difficult, because the foundation is supposed to be built sort of after The Bachelor, when you actually get that time to that one-on-one time with your partner to figure out, okay, what are our likes and dislikes, how do we work together. So then to be thrown back into the spotlight, back under cameras, back under scrutiny and judgment and opinions and everything else, I feel like it's really easy to lose yourself in all of that and be like, okay, wait, what do I want? Am I in a relationship because I'm trying to make everybody else happy because I'm so afraid? Is this where I want to be? And so I could feel that it's like a place where you would really kind of lose yourself a little bit.
Yeah, because you're getting approached with all these opportunities, and when you're kind of a famous couple, you're getting approached together. So it's almost like you're making more money,
Yes.
and more opportunities are being had for you because of who you are from The Bachelor and the person you're engaged to. So there was probably a lot of pressures for Lauren to keep that relationship going, and unfortunately it didn't work out, and they broke up because they weren't the best match for each other. Now, Lauren shares, I think we shared a lot of the same core values, but personality-wise, I don't think we were super compatible. She told Page 6, I don't even think it had anything to do with the show or the spotlight. Also, I was young. I think I needed to do a lot of self-reflecting, and I had a lot of growing up to do. Now, I remember this relationship being so devastating for me as a Bachelor fan, watching them break up. Like, that probably hit me the hardest, like, back in the day. Now, everything worked out. Lauren is now married with a child to country star Chris Lane, so she won. Well, Ben Higgins is recently married to his wife, Jess Clark, so good for him as well. They both found love. But I don't know if I'm over this. Like, this one really hurt me. Is there any Bachelor breakups in recent years that hurt you that you're still not over it?
I am sad about Becca and Garrett because I thought that they were really cute together on their season. I thought that they had a really special relationship afterward. I loved following them on Instagram and their different travels that they did. And honestly, I was a bit shocked when they separated and sort of how it all went down. I felt like really was distasteful and left kind of a negative impact. And then the other couple I'm really sad about is Tayshia and Zach. I mean, I love Tayshia. Who doesn't, right? And I really loved her and Zach together. I felt like she was so supportive of his sobriety. I felt like he was really supportive of her. They really seemed to like have it going on. And I feel like you maybe saw into this, but me as like, as a viewer, I didn't really see the downfall of their relationship anywhere. That didn't see any cracks or any rocky moments for me to think like, oh, maybe this isn't gonna happen. And so for me, it was like out of the blue that they were no longer together. So I'm sad about that one.
Yeah. It was a rough one for everyone to swallow. Tasha and Zach, I mean, remember when it was like the men tell all in Michelle's season, and she was able to talk about it for the first time.
Yes.
And she couldn't even get a sentence out. Like, everybody was so devastated, and we still don't have all of the answers about why they broke up. I hope that Tasha is planning on writing a tell-all or a memoir soon, but she's been keeping low-key and like doing more like fashion stuff in the city and trying to kind of like detach herself from Bachelor Nation, and you can't really blame her. I mean, look at what we just talked about with Lauren. I mean, the pressure is a lot, and it's sometimes it's for certain contestants like Becca, who's doing the podcast and the live on stage, and other contestants it just becomes too much. I want to continue on to our next topic because Rachael Kirkconnell apparently has a love-hate relationship with Tyler Cameron. So on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Matt James said that the two have a love-hate relationship, as Tyler is Matt's best friend and former roommate, and Rachael is Matt's longtime girlfriend now. It's been over a year, and they just moved in together in Miami. Now, unfortunately, Matt did not explain what he meant by the love-hate relationship, but I think we can kind of figure it out. What was your take on this?
I mean, I feel like there's always a love-hate relationship with your partner's best friend, because it's like when they get together, sometimes it's like you disappear, or sometimes when you get into a new relationship, you just want all of their time, but then it's like they have to split their time with their best friend. So I think that that's sort of like par for the course. You always have a love-hate relationship because of, sometimes you get kicked to the curb for the best friend.
Oh, 100%. And also, Tyler was Matt's roommate. So, and this was all happening with The Bachelor. So it's like when Matt and Rachel's season was playing out, Matt was living with Tyler at the time in New York City, and Rachel was kind of, I guess, doing her trips before they broke up. So it probably got really heavy because they maybe wanted to have alone time, and then Tyler's there. I don't know why it got so, like, love-hate. I mean, I hope that's, like, a playful thing. I mean, could you ever date somebody that had an issue with your best friend?
Have I, or would I?
Both. I mean, how do you navigate that?
Oh. Okay. So no to both. I've never dated somebody that's had an issue with my best friend, and I probably would not date somebody if they had an issue with my best friend, because my best friend and I have been friends since 4th grade. So like if you have an issue with them, you have an issue with me. But I will say I have dated somebody where I've had a love-hate relationship with their best friend, because sometimes, we would all, we would do a little like trip together, maybe not like a trip, but the best friend would tag along sometimes, and you're kind of like, I just want my alone time, or they'd be like, oh, we're going to go do this. And I'm like, well, was I even considered in this plan? But I loved the best friend at the same time because I thought he was a great person. But sometimes their friendship gets in the way of your relationship,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my best friend just started dating a new guy, and like I was the throuple, like I was the third wheel for a while, and then I'm like, I can't hang out with you guys anymore. Like all you're gonna do is make out all the time. So I mean, like now we can just like hang out a little bit less. But like sometimes when your best friend starts dating someone, like they do spend a lot of time with that partner, and it takes a minute to adjust for everyone. So things could get sticky, but I don't think it's that deep between Rachel and Tyler because Matt didn't elaborate. But maybe we'll hear more about this soon, since everyone's now starting to wonder as the articles come in. Now, Matt and Rachel also seem super happy. His book just came out, First Impressions, which did really well. And apparently he has plans to propose soon. So what do we think a Matchal proposal will look like? Because I have a feeling it's going to happen this summer.
I don't know that I can get behind Matchal. Is that what people are calling it, or did you come up with that?
Well, it's better than Rat. I mean, come on. Think about it.
Okay, you're right. We don't want rat. I choose Matchal over rat. I don't know. I think that they have honestly like weathered a lot of storms together. Obviously, I feel like deeper than what a lot of bachelor couples will go through or what their relationships go through. So the fact that they have made it out alive, not unscathed, but I'm sure the relationship is stronger for all of the everything that they had to go through, and they had some really deep conversations about interracial relationships and Rachel's past. And sometimes those topics are not things that you hit until you're a year plus into the relationship, where they really had to hit those head on. So the fact that they were able to, have those conversations and really come out on the other side. I love watching their TikToks. I feel like they seem like they have a really healthy relationship. I mean, Zach, a little while ago, I was saying I wasn't like the biggest fan of their relationship, but I do think that they've grown on me, and they seem really sweet together. So, I mean, I think that a proposal probably would be sometime soon, and something romantic, but they've got to maybe no roses, because their rose situation was a little, yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're a fun relationship. As I mentioned, they just moved to Miami. So, I mean, they're going to just get settled in for a little bit, but I'm excited to see what their future is, as well as Thomas and Becca, who are definitely getting engaged soon. And another bachelor couple that's still together that could get engaged soon. I mean, we got to talk about Brendan and Pieper. It's been a minute since we've discussed them. For good reason. They were the villains on Paradise. Now, they just started a YouTube vlog channel, and it wasn't long ago before they had all of this backlash from Paradise when they got kicked off the beach, but now it's been a year since the controversy, and the two of them are surprisingly still going strong. They're still happy. They're still together. Pieper shared a vlog into their life heading to a couples trip that they did in Nemacolin, which is where Matt's season was filmed, which Pieper was on, so she ultimately had to watch herself, or she had to kind of relive some of those moments that happened in Nemacolin. Is Brendan and Pieper, are they a couple you would want to give a second chance to? Like, would you subscribe to their YouTube channel, or are you kind of like, all right, thanks for letting me know, Zach, but I'm good?
Thanks for letting me know, but I'm good. I don't know. I'm kind of over them. I feel like they showed their true colors. And again, like, you can't make up words out of your mouth. I really disliked the things that they had to say. I really disliked that Brendan led Natasha on, and Natasha was so sweet. And I understand, going on Bachelor in Paradise because you want some more exposure and you want to be on the show. But it just, I felt like the way that he handled everything was poorly done. And then for Pieper to come in and kind of just, jab the knife in a little bit more, like, be a girl's girl a little bit, and she wasn't one whatsoever. So the way that it went down really left a distaste in my mouth for the two of them, which is sad because I really liked Brendan on Tayshia's season. And so I'm just kind of over it. Like, great, you started a YouTube. I'm sure they have people who are like Brendan and Pieper stans, and they're going to keep up with it. But for me, it feels a little, you don't think?
I checked it out. It doesn't seem to be popping off too much. I mean, give it a day or two. I don't get the most views on YouTube either. But I think a lot of people are a little bit, cold shoulder with them. I mean, they didn't do a good job of taking accountability after, the show. I mean, I just felt like Brendan, remember that apology on Instagram, and Pieper? I mean, I watched the video and I had to check it out. Yeah. I mean, of course I'm gonna watch it. And honestly, like, they seem like they're very together, which is good for them. And like, honestly, we're happy for anyone that's in love. And of course, things will take time for them on YouTube, and if they want to do this influencing life to get fans back. So I don't know how many people are going to kind of rally behind them, but we wish them well on their YouTube journey. And I mean, the vlog was cute. They went to Nemacolin, as I mentioned, where Pieper was on the show. Could you ever relive that? I mean, it's got to be awkward.
Well, I can't remember. Remind me, did Pieper have a good... She had a fine edit, right? She had a fine time. Yeah. So it was okay. I don't feel like she has... 5. Okay, yeah, so she did pretty good. So I don't think that she she probably does not have negative experiences for the most part there. Like, maybe for the most part it was good. Now, maybe if they went back to Mexico where they filmed Bachelor in Paradise,
Oh my God.
maybe not so good. But I
That's a
think
good
she
idea.
probably doesn't
That's
have
what
any.
they should do next.
Yeah, that would really get the ratings up, right?
That's how you get the subscribers up. Honestly, Brendan and Pieper, if you guys go to Paradise or like Mexico and refilm it, you got my subscriber, you got my fan base. Like, I want to see them back in Mexico and relive that. Like, talk about Nima Colin. I mean, I love keeping up with Bachelor couples on YouTube. I love YouTube videos. I prefer them over podcasts because I like to kind of see like in depth of people's lives. I love Hannah G and Dylan on YouTube. And then I've seen a few of like
cutest.
Hannah Brown's and Cassie's, but I think Hannah G and Dylan are my favorite Bachelor YouTubers.
Oh, yeah. Hannah G and Dylan, I think, are just my favorite overall.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll get married soon. They talk about it in like every vlog, and it just seems like nothing has like been planned. Like, they really are just like, oh, maybe we'll look at a venue. It's just, they're very nonchalant.
They're just living
hopefully
life.
Soon. They're living life. But speaking of Bachelor weddings, I mean, we got to talk about Jordan and Jojo. They just got married. Now, their wedding looked incredible at the Sunstone Winery in Santa Ynez with their closest family and friends. But fans are still wondering if Jordan's brother Aaron went to the wedding. Now, they did also go to Greece for their honeymoon, so amazing for them. But Jordan did open up on The Bachelorette that Aaron, the famous football player, he did have a falling out with Jordan and the rest of his family because of the way Aaron decided to do life. And while pictures of the wedding have been shared to people, with Jordan's other brother, Luke, a part of the groomsmen, there has been no shot of Aaron, and it's been highly speculated that Aaron did not attend. Do you think Aaron ended up going to the wedding?
If he's not in any photos and he had a falling out, I'm doubtful that he was at the wedding. I mean, is he even a part of their relationship at all? I don't see, if they haven't repaired their relationship, then it would be weird to be at the wedding, no?
100%, but then it's also your brother, so it's like, how do you not invite your brother to your wedding, especially when it's like a big thing? Like, of course, there was over 100 people at this wedding, so I don't know. I mean, they haven't talked in a long time, and then there was articles that maybe they rekindled things a few months ago, but Aaron also missed their other brother Luke's wedding back in 2019, and it just is kind of sad. Aaron Rodgers is this like major football player. I don't even know what team he plays for. I think like the Giants, but he's like dated a lot of famous actresses. It's actually the Packers, okay? He played for the Green Bay Packers. So a little sports talk in here. And we weren't sure at the time if there was like some football.
Zach.
Yeah, lots of knowledge. We weren't sure at the time if it was because of like the competitiveness in football, because Aaron did end up, playing pro and becoming one of the biggest athletes ever, while Jordan, only lasted like maybe a year in the NFL. But I don't really think it was because of that. But sports do add some competition to family, and there's already sibling rivalries. So I hope that he at least, wished them a congratulations. But either way, Jordan and Jojo are living their best life in Greece on their honeymoon. What did you overall think of the wedding? How happy are you for them?
I mean, just gorgeous. Look at them. They're like a dream couple. Are you kidding me? I hope my wedding photos turn out that amazing. And I'm jealous of Greece. I will say I've been to Greece in 2018, and it is like the most beautiful place ever and the perfect spot for a honeymoon out on the water. You go snorkeling, or there's this one spot in Santorini where this winery like overlooks the water, and it's just so serene and beautiful, and the sunsets. Like, I feel like their wedding and then their honeymoon and all of it couldn't have been any better.
Yeah, and I mean, well, the honeymoon is still happening, so we're going to get lots of stories, hopefully, in the next few days, and we'll be following along Jojo and Jordan. And I mean, Gabby, moving to The Bachelorette, she is back on Instagram. Now, we know Rachael and Gabby's season wrapped filming last weekend. Gabby, all we got was a story of her eating food with a couple of her friends. We didn't even get a picture of her. It was just of the food. And I'm just so happy that Gabby and Rachel are back on Instagram. I mean, Rachel hasn't posted yet, but I'm hoping she posts soon. I can't wait to see what they've been up to. It's like I miss them. I feel like they are my friends, and they were like filming the show,
Totally.
and like I just want to know how they're doing. So, how do you think they're doing?
Agreed. I hope good. I hope that they're in love. I mean, obviously we know that there's always going to be some kind of drama, some kind of heartbreak when you're a lead. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter whether you're a contestant or you're a lead, but
Everyone's getting heartbroken.
I'm really excited. Exactly. I'm really excited to see this season play out. What I just pray is that there's no man that gets in between Gabby and Rachel, because if somebody gets between Gabby and Rachel, I'm going to have words with somebody, because I just loved them. I loved their friendship. I loved their support of one another. During Clayton's season, I love how excited they were when they found out they were both going to be the Bachelorettes together. So my hope is that their friendship has stayed intact, and that we're going to really get to see almost like them be couple friends, like there's nothing better. It's like the bromance, but the four of them. I feel like that's what I want.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get to see their dynamic as a friendship before the season started, if they're doing different, promos together or anything. So we're looking forward to it. I think it's like 54 days away until the premiere on July 11th. So definitely let us know in the comments what you guys are most looking forward to seeing on The Bachelorette, and your hot takes on all of the Bachelor Nation news of the week. Before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you're always up to date with all things Bachelor Nation. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality. You guys can check me out on my socials at Zachary Reality. And Blakely, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Blakely McHugh on Instagram. Just search Zach's followers and you'll find me.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.